Sir, you say you have something to add to what he has said.
Yes. Most parents always want their children to be a mirror or a duplicate of themselves. And I've seen where it worked, and I've seen where it has never worked. You understand? I've seen where it has backfired. Let's use the late Afrobeat legend, Fela Nicola Kwakuti. The parents wanted him to study medicine to become a medical doctor. But when he went to the UK, he opted for music and he became one of the best. He's a legend till tomorrow. Even in Harvard, they study his style of music. Now, coming to what he said now, I had a female friend that the parents wanted her rather, to be a civil engineer, not like what he said now. You must be a civil engineer, cannot be anything. So the lady went to school. Unlike this your example now, the lady went to school. She studied very well. She made first class in chemical engineering. She graduated. She took the certificate, gave it to the father. Said, "I've done what you want to do. Can I have my life now?" Till tomorrow, she didn't practice that. Till tomorrow, she didn't practice anything there. She dumped the certificate. Now started another life. Till their father died, I talked to her several times, reconciled with the father. I said, "No, not reconcile with their father. My father wanted to damage their life." So you see, so the issue is what we should know is that we don't live forever as a parent. Our life is finite, right? After some time, you're going to die. So what becomes of that child when you are gone? So don't play God in the life of your child, because one day you will be no more. You don't even know when you are going to go. So if you are misleading the child or forcing the child because you have the authority, the child will do it out of fear. But lo and behold, the child will not be the best he or she is supposed to be. So, as a parent, your first duty is to observe the child, know the person's skill set, the strength, weakness that the person possesses, and guide the person. Like I have a son now. Naturally, this boy is just a computer genius. You understand? Right from when he was crawling. You understand? He learned many things by himself. You understand? And after some days, he said that he wants to become a footballer. I said, want to become a footballer? I said, yes, okay. All right, what do you need? He said, you need football boots. Bought football boot for him. We bought football for him and everything. When I go to the field now, we'll be playing football in my compound as if I slap your head, you understand? So now, if he grow up now, he will not say the parents did not give him chance to be what he wants to be. You understand? So he wants to become a footballer, could be out of peer pressure because he went to school, he saw his mate playing and everything. I just got that okay, football is he has a passion for football, but he can't be a good footballer. You understand? Like for instance, now if they are playing match and everything, where he gets the information and everything, you don't know how he knew all the football experts. Me, I don't watch football. I keep telling people that I'd rather spend 90 minutes of my life watching movie than spending it to watch football that I know the outcome. Either one team win or they draw. So why should I spend 90 minutes watching? I'm not a football fan. But the little boy, he himself doesn't watch football because he'll tell you why will he spend 90 minutes watching football when he can watch the highlights and know everything that happened. You understand? So that is his own style. You understand? So now you see that he still doing his computer stuff, but he have passion in football. So you see, so now my job as a parent is to guide him on where his strength lies. Because you may like football, but your strength is not there. The other one is your core strength. You don't need anybody to teach you anything. When it comes to computer, I don't need to teach him anything. Picks it up, he learn, what do you call it, self-learning. He does it very easily. So as a parent, your job is to have normal conversation with your children. By the time you start having conversation with them, you will now see the person's character set will start manifesting. Very, very natural. Then from there, as an adult that have seen life, can now say, okay, let me guide the child to a particular uh, 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 path in life to follow. Understand? That the child will not rebel against you. But if you say a child should go and learn science when he's not good in mathematics, you are killing the child.
Thank you so much. You are still watching Talk with Barledu. One of the key words from what you've said that parents always want the child to mirror a mirror of themselves, and that always result to problem. Looking at the story that now I'm coming to you now. Looking at the story that Sir Oye has painted, a real life story, and also the story that Saibo has painted, we have seen that it is the reality. And also this, the one that happened in our book. We also see that Elizabeth, doctor was not her team. And that leads to exam malpractice. We'll get to that in a moment. We see the one that Saoye gave, that they were even threatening that if you don't study this, you will not pay your school fees. The one that Sir painted, Sir Gochuko, this one, the girl was willing to go through the stress and even got first class and gave the certificate to the parents. But the one that Sir Oye and the one in our book, we realized that they were dropping, they couldn't match up. And if they have to stop, parents will not want to pay school fees. So what should be the right approach? What should they do in
Well,
this situation?
when I was listening to what he was describing, I was thinking, go into any doctor's office or hospital. They're all sitting behind computers. Can you double major here, like major in computers and minor in nursing, or those kind of things? Can you do that here in Nigeria? You can't. I would have went with the computer science and then went on to study nursing when I finished. But you need computers for everything these days. Understand? There's programs in every field. My one daughter, she was doing magazines and she was using computers just to do graphics and all kinds of stuff. Everything's on computers now. And so I think it's a good skill to have. So in that case, I would, if it was my to make a decision, I'd say, okay, do the computer science. And then later on, you can always go back and study nursing along with it later. Maybe then by then daddy would have softened and saw that she obeyed, but that she also needs another skill to go along with the computer science.
Live in a time where parents believe they should be teleguiding their children. You understand? In Nigeria now, it's a thing of pride, if not of recent now, a thing of pride that your child is a doctor, is a lawyer, is an
Yeah, well,
engineer,
see
and all that. It's
that's a
of
bad
recent
thing.
now
You
that you
can't
now
live
see
your
that somebody
life for
can
your
be
child.
a music artist and be successful. I remember when we were young, when we used to play football, that this guy called Peter. Peter will come to the field of play. All of us, about five, will play with Peter with our own goalkeeper, and Peter without goalkeeper. You understand? And he will keep on dribbling us and scoring us. I'm not telling tales because of this. Peter is so good that if he's dribbling, like Okocha can't even dribble with like what Peter can dribble. You know what happened? The same parental something. Because in our own time, they believe that somebody that play football is a useless person. Peter gathered money and bought football. That's when this health football is coming out there. They bought football like this. The mother used knife and cut it into pieces like this. Since that day,
Yeah,
Peter cried throughout the day. Since that day, he refused to play football.
yeah.
He refused to play football. So the thing now is that Nigerian parents are overbearing. They like to flow with the trend. If my friend's child is a doctor, let my own to be doctor.
So
They
even if
also
a
have a
child wasn't,
made for
did
it.
not have scientific ability,
Exactly.
and they go start studying to be a doctor, and they're failing everywhere, would that make the
Exactly.
parent proud?
Exactly.
It
That's why you
wouldn't.
even see some parents they go to the point of even committing exam malpractices to buy certificate, to buy
Then
jams
you go to
for
the hospital and
their
what? Your
kids.
patient dies. You don't know what to
Exactly.
do.
So those are the issues.
You can't compare my culture to yours. It's very different. We have opportunities that you don't have.
So
Even have aptitude tests you can take to find out where your strong points are.
seriously, so this is real situation we are talking about here.
Yeah, you cannot compare my
We
culture.
So that means proper parenting can actually reduce exam malpractice. Do we agree to that? Proper, because in fact, one of my questions here was that can proper parenting reduce exam malpractice? Here we see Elizabeth and her friend, because they had no support from home. The option that was left for them was to cheat and pass because they were not even reading, they were not studying. So we have, but one thing I have seen from this discussion is that parents have the bulk of the job in helping their children to be who God want them to be,
Right.
and leaving them to the society is detrimental. Yes. So now I think we are getting to the we are wrapping up gradually. We are going to look into the Bible gradually. And the first one we are going to look at is in fact Psalm 127 verse 4. It says, "As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth." It says, "As arrows." This, yeah, it liking, children as arrow, and we know what arrow is. I mean, arrow is not always like it's made from wood or iron. I don't know if most of them are made from wood, and they were not just like that. They don't just cut wood and just set as arrow to shoot. There are work that is done on that arrow. That arrow is being shaping. That arrow is, I mean, they straighten it, make sure that it is straight, and before it can be used, and then we see that. So the arrow is, they shape it for it to really achieve their target. So my question is, what are some practical ways to prepare our children for impact? I know that in one way or the other, we've discussed this. We talk about parents making time for their children, and in fact, I think we can move on with this. I don't know if anybody have something to say, like what some of the practical way to help children to have purpose.
Okay, some of the practical ways to make children to have a purpose is for you to demonstrate it yourself. Yes, because the children, they don't listen to instruction, they listen to action. So if you are telling a child to do this on a regular basis and you are not doing it, he will be more interested in knowing why you don't do it or following that footstep of you not doing it than your verbal talk. Right? So that is how children behave. So you, even the Bible says, train up the child the way he should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. So now, having identified your child's talent, the next thing that you should do is to make all the environment conducive for her to explore that talent. Like my daughter now, she likes reading a lot. You understand? She likes reading a lot. So on her 80th birthday, I bought her about 23 different novels. You understand? So she started reading. So there's an author, a friend of mine that published one book like that. You know, my daughter read that book 8 times. So of recent, my daughter of recent, the woman wanted to do the launch of her book in Abuja like this. So she invited my daughter to come and tell the story she learned from that book. And she was in the midst of journalists. In the Nigeria Union of Journalists chapel in Otago. She was there. Telling them that she listed 5 lessons she learned from it. So the way people were, giving her money and all those things. That is deliberately creating the environment for her to delve into what she likes. So she's a scholar by nature. Give her any book at her, she can read it over and over again and bring it by. Somebody that if you serve her food like this, the next thing you do is to pick a book. To be eating, she can eat for 3 hours and reading at the same time. It's what you see. So if she likes also, I make that environment conducive for her, buy books for her and everything. You understand? The brother, I did the mistake of buying a guitar for him. Okay, so that I can play guitar and everything. The mistake I did is I didn't ask him if he wants to play guitar or not. When I bought him, I said, okay, I will get you a music teacher. He said that he can't see himself sitting down playing guitar to entertain other people. You understand? So the guitar is like I do there. So you need to look at what the child wants. So on his own part now, since computer and everything, I make sure that data is available. He has his own laptop to work on and all that, and I monitor what he does online and all those things. So you create the environment for the child to thrive. So you monitor it, and you keep her on the path. Like your child that is into calisthenics now, this is the time to start giving her serious training, because once her bone becomes stiff, he won't be able to do it. If you watch YouTube, you see where children of 3 years are doing calisthenics. So they take her to a center where they learn it or get her a private coach. So as you have, this is a natural talent. Because the good thing about people's natural talent is that the person will not need to struggle to get things done. And that's why you see the world is upside down. A lot of people are doing things they don't like because they need to feed and the world push them to. So the best you can do for your child as a parent is to ensure that you push this person into what he likes to do. You understand? Have a conversation with the child. What do you want to be? What do you want to read? And all those things. Then when you do it like that, everything flows.
Thank you so much.